the shadows where the stories grow, ink and pixels start to flow. A spark of myth, a world unknown. Black sigil carves it all in stone. Crafted dreams in silent light, woven deep through day and night. A channel born of art and flame, every tale etched with a name. Black sigil rising, calling through the screen. Visions forged in fire, haunting roar queen. Fantasy and memory stitched into the scenes, where legends live forever, and nothing's as it seems. From cursed blades to arcane scrolls, they breathe life into broken souls. With every frame the truth is told, as told the heroes young and ancient soul. Brushstroke code and midnight lore, unlock the dream behind the door. Not just a channel, it's a sign of mystery by grand design. Black sigil rising, force in every frame. Tales that echo silence, joy and merit pain. Animation whispered, secrets in the gray. The art of dark and wonder, running through all that. So hit subscribe, step inside, let the pixels be your guide to a realm that never dies. Black sigils where the magic lies. Blind waves watch the time now, fight your battles cast. Forever in the story, that sigil holds us fast.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to our Christmas giveaway. This is for all of you members that have helped us over the course of our over the course of our live streams and all that stuff through your memberships, helping to support us. And this is just Sigil Studios saying thank you and giving back to you guys today. So again, everyone, welcome to the channel. All right, Seb, glad you're here. Drop before I grab lunch and play some from Tao. Very nice. Glad to hear. Yes, please, everyone, if you can please like this stream, that will help out very, very much. So basically what I've done is I just exported my the members list from YouTube, and then I've added all those. So if you're a sigil bearer, you got 1 entry. If you are a forger, you get 2 entries, and if you are an inscriber, you will get 3 entries. And what I did is I'll show you the list here in a second. I have everyone's name on there, and then what I will do is randomize the entire list so that split it all up, so you're not just all grouped together. So you're going to be spread around, and then we'll use a random number generator, and then and then whatever that number is, that's who's going to win. You're going to send the email, to blacksigilstudios@gmail.com. You are going to show me a screen grab of your YouTube account, and then you're also going to put your name, shipping. You're going to the name, the address you want it shipped to, the battalion box that you want. I think that's pretty much it. Yeah, and the only thing I ask is when I give it to you, if you can just send me a little picture, of you with it, that'd be great. So I can just put up on my on the YouTube page there. If you're not comfortable with sending me a picture of you, that's not a problem. We don't have to do that. It's just something I was just hoping to do, to put it onto the YouTube page. But how is everyone feeling today? It's 1 o'clock here in Canada, and my part of Canada, in Ontario. I'm sure it's probably in the UK. It's probably somewhere around 5, 6 o'clock over there. So yeah, that's basically it. So let's take a look at the name so I can show you what I'm talking about here and how we're gonna do it. So let's do this one. Boom. So as you can see, I have everyone's. This is exactly what was outputted from what's it called, from YouTube. So excuse me. There's your level there. It's all split out. So as you see, someone like Brian K, for example, he does have 3 entries there because he is an inscriber. So that's basically the whole list there. So what I am going to do now is we are going to randomize all this. So I'm going to go like this. I'm going to go down to the bottom. And then we are going to... How did I do this? How did I do this before? Oh yeah, it was under... No. I can do this 1 sec. I think it's... There it is. So I go under data. Randomize range. There we go. Now it all split everybody up. Split everyone up there. Make it easier for me. What do you mean? No. All right. So everything is randomized now. We are going to go ahead and we are going to choose our winner here. So like I said, so we have 115 entries in here. So basically I'm going from 2 to 115 because that's just basically the top line is obviously just like where it says like members and whatever. So let's do this. Let's see who wins. Good luck to everybody here. Let's go. Okay, so let's generate the number. We're looking for number 4. Number 4 is going to be the MR. Whoever MR is, you are the winner. I will put this up into like a post. Just respond to me, and that way I can get the prize sent out to you. Like I said, MR, who you will, you have to send an email to. I'll type it in this chat if you are here. send an email to that with the picture of your YouTube account, like just where you go to like your channel. Send a picture of that. Send which one you want, your mailing address, and your name. That way I can make sure everything gets out to you. Yeah, so this is just our Christmas one here, guys. So what I plan on doing is I would love to be able to do more giveaways on a more regular basis, whether it be monthly or every other month. And I want to be able to give away to the members here as a little thank you for giving back. So the more members that we do have, and the more that I'm able to do these draws, just because obviously like it's the revenue coming in is I want to be able to cover the box for people or whatever the prize is for people. So like I said, the more members we have, the more that I can give away and everything, because I really like doing this for you guys, giving back to the community that helped us. But yeah, so that's basically it. So MR, you win. I'm gonna give you until, I'm just trying to think about like what the cutoff would be. GW tends to ship out pretty quick, generally, at least in my experience. I'm gonna say I'm gonna give you to the 14th, MR. So I'll give you 1 week. I need you to send that information back to me within 1 week. That way I can get shipped up to you. If it doesn't happen, then we're gonna be running another draw if I don't hear back from MR. But yeah, so congratulations. Now for all those, oh, Swoop, be still my heart. Swoop just gave 20 gift memberships. Swoop, my goodness, thank you, so very generous of you. That is absolutely fantastic for that, man. I'm unbelievable. Thanks to business for the compliment. Yeah, so like I said, with donations like what Swoop does, with what everyone has been doing to help contribute, I want to be able to do more and more giveaways for you guys. So that's what we're going to plan on doing going forward. I'm not sure if it's going to be a monthly thing or bi-monthly, or a I guess bi-monthly might work. Anyways, I want to be able to give more back to you guys as a thank you. You guys have helped me build my studio, helped me collect additional armies, helped me really push this channel forward. So it's the least I feel that we can do here at Sigil Studios is give back to you guys. Yeah. The Battle Chicken member for 3 months. Wow, live stream from Handsome Steve. Whoa. I mean, fair. Look at me. Gorgeous. Beard, epic. Now, I appreciate you, Battle Chicken. Thank you. But yeah, so as far as it goes, guys, like this is the holiday season. You guys are going to be very busy with everything going on, and I know that sometimes it can be a little bit of a financial drain on people with everything going on, gift giving if you celebrate Christmas and whatnot. So it's the least that Black Sigil can do is kind of help out, maybe give you a little present for yourself by doing this draw. And big shout out to all of you guys, all the members here who contributed, and to everyone else who is watching this who may not be a member, but is who has supported us through watching, liking, subscribing, all that stuff. You guys are all rock stars, and we appreciate you very much over here. So the draw is over now, but if you guys want to hang around and talk for a bit, I'm down with that. I've kind of been mulling over a little bit the new. That's fair, douchebaggins. Holidays are overrated. More time for Warhammer. But if you guys like, I've been using the new magic items for a bit now. I think it's my 3rd video now that I've used them. Some of them I think are pretty good. Some of them I think are a little overtuned and kind of slow the game down a little bit. But what do you guys think about the new magic items that came off in the recent Arcane Journal? Let's switch this camera. In person. There we go. Let's transition that one. Boop. There. Yeah. So, what do you guys think about the new items there? Some of them I feel like they're really, really good. Some of them I feel like they're a little overtuned. Yeah. What's your opinion on that? My family decided to do 1 gift, no more than $20 for each person. Going to be a cheap Christmas for me. Hey, that, you know what? That's actually the better. I like that idea. It's like I would rather focus on I focus on my own family. and then like my nieces and nephews, like we'll give them small gifts. It's a little bit easier that way, especially with everything going on in the political climate, or not political, economic climate right now. It's a little bit dodgy. Dan Brooks says the only holiday that is worth celebrating, I notice, is winter solstice, unless it's the summer solstice. That's fair. That's fair. But yeah, go to those magic items. The what is it? The one we used yesterday, the banner that basically gives you stubborn all the time. That's a nasty banner that you can't really necessarily get rid of. It's 50 points. I'm just gonna bring it up. I'm gonna bring up Old World here, Old World Builder. I just want to double check something on that. Where's the Night Goblins? Yeah, like for 50 points, I think they've also given some units are able to take way too high a points for like a 50-point banner. I remember back in the old days when it was like a core unit could take like a 25-point banner. So it was nothing crazy to take. But the fact that now they can all take kind of the one that gives them essentially stubborn all the time is a bit much, I think. But that's just me. I like seeing combat I like seeing the breaking everything of combat. You're really searching for the second edition of 40K. Oh, good luck. I'm sure there's a PDF somewhere out there that someone has in some collection. My family just trades bottle of alcohol. Huh, that sounds like a great Christmas to me. We buy one gift and then randomize who gets each one. So $20 and I'm done. Yeah, so you do almost like a kind of like a Secret Santa type thing. At least that's what we call it over here, is like a Secret Santa. We don't know who you have. But yeah. That's kind of like I know a lot of like places kind of do that kind of stuff nowadays. I really hope. Well, the problem is that it just came out, so I'm not sure if it'll get faxed. But I'm really hoping that they do change a little bit of it. Because basically in that game yesterday, like, come on, a unit of goblins should not be able to stick around forever by just auto falling back in good order over and over. It's a bit excessive. Or I think the easiest way to change it, I don't mind if like an elite unit would have that, because that's kind of what they're meant for. They are an elite unit. But it'd be nice if things like a core unit of Night Goblins can't take a banner at 50 points. That seems like it's a bit much for me, that they're able to take a expensive banner like that. My family started doing Secret Santa a few years ago and makes it a bit cheaper. Focus on spoiling my nephew instead. Hey, that works. Like, yeah, that works 100%. That's kind of what we do here, is that we kind of just focus on the nieces and nephews. We don't really buy anything for aunts, uncles, or like even our parents anymore, and they don't really buy much for us other than maybe our socks and underwear. Yeah, exactly, Chris. That is a big complaint. I don't know if you caught Dalby After Dark's uh, uh, post he did a couple days ago, where they were talking about all these banners, and he was just super salty because of of the dwarves not getting access to any of those things, which is definitely a shafting for the dwarves. Like, dwarves have some really cool runes that nobody else like kind of has access to as far as it goes, like the rules of the runes. So that's kind of cool. But I do agree that the dwarves getting shafted, I hope they come out with like an updated runes list to kind of throw those into it as well. So that'd be kind of nice. But there are some ones that I really do like. I do like those tomes and whatever the scrolls. What are they called? Let me bring it up here. The ones that like roll 3d6 for either casting or dispelling, and then it's a one-time once per turn, not overpowered at all, but it does kind of make a certain armies lose their fluff, because that's essentially is a high elf. That's their high elf racial thing, right? For their casters, is that, oh no, they just get to reroll failed cast. That's what that one is. Either way, the 3d6 thing, I do like it. It's pretty cool. I use it in pretty much all the games I use now, either the dispel or the casting attempt. I think those are really, really neat to use. So those ones are really fun. I like the Staff of Quietude as well. The one that lets you, what's it do? It lets you yeah, Spellcraft Tome was the one, but the Staff of Quietude, the one that like just gets rid of all remains in play spells with a leadership check. That's kind of cool. I love being able to shut down just getting rid of templates. The Meteoric Hammer. Oh, I wish I had my book over here, but it's all the way over there. I'm trapped in by a green screen behind me. Which one's the Meteor Hammer? Because it's not on the thing on the old world build yet. Is that the one that's just like one massive hit, or am I thinking of a different one? Let me see if I can find something. Yeah, I don't have it up here, unfortunately. The Staff of Quietude, yes. It's not once per game. I think it's once per like every magic phase. I think you can do it. The Cackling Blade is good. I like the Cackling Blade. It's taking the 1 wound on a 6. I'd rather that than compared to what's the kind of the orc one, the Battle Last Wall, I think it is. That one's cool because the Cackling Blade only deals wound to you. I'd rather take that than the item just getting destroyed. You know what? Give me a sec. I'm gonna ruin the magic for you guys in a second, but I just want to grab the book. Boop. 1 second. I honestly think I need to buy all of these books in the digital format. Just going forward, I think for the 2nd edition, I think I'm gonna buy them all in digital format. It makes more sense that way. You like the Blade of Sorrow, Gavin? I think that's such a silly weapon. I get that as damage too, but I'm not sure how I really feel about that yet. Meteor Hammer is the okay. A roll of 3+ always success, regardless of target's toughness. AP -3. Yes, that is actually that's great for dealing with like dragons. That's fantastic. You know what? That did cross my mind to have my little children servants grab it for me. Yeah, so the Cackling Blade I really do like. It's strength +1, AP -1, extra attacks plus D6, magical attacks. All those things seem great. And then obviously if you roll a 6, if a 6 is rolled the extra attacks, the wheel of the Cackling Blade immediately loses a single wound. I'll take that all day. I'll take an extra wound any time of the day to get plus D6 attacks. I think that is 100% worth it because it's not so bad where like the Fell Blade, that's also really good, that can hurt you, where you're taking where you have to roll for it no matter what. So the Cackling Blade to me is definitely, it's good. 65 points. Is it 65 points good? I think it's decent, maybe a little bit too high a cost, but at the same time, I think it's okay where it's at. Then we have the Meteor Hammer that we discussed, which is a strength user. AP -3, requires 2 hands. Doesn't strike last, which is something else that I really like for the Meteor Hammer. And then obviously you always wound on a 3+, regardless of the target's toughness. So again, I give that to an Empire Captain even, right? Or it's 50 points. Yeah, I can give that to an Empire Captain that is only strength 4. And he's able to wound anything on a 3+ with -3 AP. That's not bad. The Hellforged Axe, 30 points, strength +1, AP -1, armor bane 3, flaming attacks, magical attacks. I want to like it. I really do. I just don't know if I can because of the flaming attacks. Because flaming attacks generally is more of a hindrance than it is to anything else because the fact that there's so many. A lot of armies have like, oh, well, it's a 5+ ward save against all attacks, and then it's a 3+ or 2+ ward save against flaming attacks. So adding that flaming attacks kind of brings it down a little bit for me. But strength +1, AP -1, armor bane 3. It's an okay axe. I'll probably still take it, knowing if I'm fighting an enemy that doesn't have any of those weird fire bonuses. Like there's a bunch of armors that don't have anything against fire. Maybe I'll take it. Then we have the Sword of Sorrow for 30 points. Range 30 inches, strength 5, -1 AP, armor bane 2, magical class, multiple wounds 2. The Sword of Sorrow is a missile weapon and it cannot be used in combat. No ward or regen saves are permitted against wounds caused by the Sword of Sorrow. Again, this is one of those swords. It's going to be a very specific thing you do with it. I don't know how. Wow. For 30 points, I don't know how to make this work. So it's a one shot, relying on your realistic skill to do 2 damage. You know where I think this would have been really, really nice is if I was able to pick things out kind of like a Hawk and Long rifle, where I was able to like pick stuff out of a unit, or the 3-inch like lookout sir type thing, whatever you want to call it, the 3-inch can't target characters. If it went through that as well, I think that would have been a really good thing for the Sword of Sorrow. So yeah, overall, the magical weapons are pretty cool. The Sword of Sorrow is something I would have to probably play around with and see if it's worth taking. We'll see. Time will tell. The magic armor. Now we're going to levitating shield. 25 points. Models whose troop type is infantry only, the levitating shield is a shield. In addition, the bear may use alongside a weapon with a required 2-hand special roll during combat. So, is 25 points worth an extra armor save? That's I think that might be overcosted. I get having the extra armor save is nice. But I feel like 25 points for it is a lot. Now, hobbying wise, it'd be kind of cool to see someone hobby up like a floating sword in front of a model to represent the levitating shield. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's worth 25 points. Trailblazer's Halberd. Models whose screw type is infantry only. The Trailblazer's Halberd is a suit of heavy armor. In addition, the wearer gains the move through cover and scout special rule. Okay. So if you want to be able to put this guy with a unit or run him with a unit of scouts and it ignores all the movement stuff. Anthony, good morning, sir. Yeah, Broson, I get it. I get the 25 points. And being able to use a shield for the +1 armor save. If I had to choose between a levitating shield and spending on a talisman of protection, I'll choose that every day. Potentially a +2. I mean, so like you wouldn't get you don't get a parry save with it or anything. You would just get the +1 for shield. Because like you can essentially take a hand weapon shield generally on most characters for like 2 points or 3 points a model and get your parry that way and get the +1. You still get the +1 save from shooting regardless. But you can't take a shield plus a shield. I don't think that's how it works. Yeah, it's levitating as a shield, so it just counts as a shield. I don't think you can take a shield and take another shield. I don't think that's because it's levitating shield is a shield, and you can only equip one shield. It's the same as if you were to equip a like a charm shield, and then you still can't have a regular shield other than that. You would just have the charm shield. Talisman's Icon of Fortitude, 35 points. Model shooters, infantry, or cavalry only. The bear is immune to multiple wounds. X special roll. If the bear is wounded by an attack with a special roll, they suffer a single wound. So this makes so many characters unkillable by cannons and stuff. Well, not unkillable, just they have to take a lot more damage, which I do like. It makes them a little bit more it makes them a little bit more resilient out there, so you can kind of run them by themselves and not have to worry about them getting blown off the table turn 1. I think where this becomes really good is I think Bretonnia there's a bunch of armors that have this special rule, but to give Bretonnia another chance of being able to run around with like a Duke or a Baron or a Paladin on a Pegasus and being charged willy-nilly and not have to worry about really getting sniped out by a cannon too much, that I think is going to make Bretonnia very difficult to deal with their characters. Dual shield, no hand. That's right, just 2 shields, massive blocking, everything. Nothing's getting through. That's right, Chris. Yeah, it says hand weapon shield. Then you have the Ironhide Talisman for 30 points. Models who choose troop type, whose troop type is infantry only. Any enemy model that makes successful to hit roll against the bearer of the Ironhide Talisman during the shooting phase or combat phase must reroll any rolls to wound of a natural 6. My God, that for 30 points, I love that item. That is so good. It essentially gives someone the blessing of Nurgle, right? Nurgle's, I think, the hit, right? Is Nurgle to hit or is that to wound? I think it's to hit. Oh, sorry. Nurgle is to hit, and this is to wound. Oh my goodness, giving Nurgle some of the mark of Nurgle both of these. So not only re-rolling your sixes to hit, you're re-rolling all of your wounds that were a 6 as well. So you're double dipping on that 6, which then also would very much, unless they re-roll it back into a 6, that turns off any sort of like Armor Bane is gone. Any trigger that wounds on a 6 is gone. Very, very, very powerful for Ironhide Talisman. Wow, I can't believe I haven't used that yet. And I've even looked at it and thought that was really powerful, but I never used it. That I think is going to start being almost like, an auto clue, especially for like duelist characters that you don't have to worry about someone's Armor Bane triggering and crushing your armor save. Yeah, exactly. They're really getting away from like characters riding on dragons being able to be super powered, Broston. I do like that a lot. I do want to see a return of seeing more characters just on horses or on foot, because really there's you don't get a lot of people don't take stuff on just on foot because you don't get a bonus to your wounds. So you have your character that's essentially 3 wounds running around that can be killed very easily. So a lot of people put them in chariots, a lot of people put them in dragons for that exact reason, is that, or on a monstrous mount, so that they give them that armor, that wounds buff. So it's nice we're seeing that they're kind of telling you like, hey, look at all these cool items here, but you have to take them now when you're on foot. So I think it's going to push people to maybe taking stuff more on foot. Let's go take a look at some Magic standards now. So we have Banner of the Steadfast, 50 points. Models whose troop type is infantry only. Should a unit carrying the Banner of Steadfast belong to the losing side of combat, it can fall back in good order even if the unit strength of the winning side is more than twice of its own side. Oh. Hey, what's going on? Hello, Germany. Welcome. The Banner of the Steadfast, to me, this is something that I did not like in 8th edition with the Steadfast rule, which it basically made things almost impossible to break. This essentially makes it impossible to break something. Because you can keep using it over and over. It's not a one-time use. It doesn't say that you have stubborn, so it's not just like you use the stubborn the first time and then it's gone. This is 50 points to be able to use it over and over and over and over again. Not a super fan of that. I expressed that before. Is that it's just I don't like things that make things pretty much unable to run away. Then I was talking with Gavin yesterday, and when you look at where is that one? Banner of Resolve, which is also 50 points. That's a common magic item. It gives them stubborn. So I get now you take a Banner of Steadfast on one unit and a Banner of Iron Resolve on the other. But for 50 points, at the same points, the Banner of Steadfast is way better. Unless I'm missing something, the Banner of Steadfast is infinitely better than the Banner of Resolve. Banner Resolve, again, it gives you stubborn, so that's a one-time use, essentially. For the first time that you fall back in order, you can trigger the stubborn. So I'm not. I don't like the Banner Steadfast should be more points, in my opinion. Then, if it's going to be able to be used every single time, it should be a 75-point banner. Therefore, that gets rid of pretty much every core unit, unless you're going to put in a BSB. Gets rid of every core unit from being able to just never run away. So, yes. I think that is a problem with it. Let's go to the next one. Totem of Wrath. 50 points. During a turn in which it charged, models within a unit carrying the Totem of Wrath improve the armor piercing characteristic of the weapons by 1 and may reroll any rolls to wound of a natural 1. So it's a great banner. It gives everyone essentially choppas. I like it. I think you can really, if you can really make one unit super killy, or you can buff up a weaker unit to kind of bring it up to a certain level to make it a little bit better. I like this one a lot. I think that this was probably going to be an auto include in so many armies to give you a an extra armor pen and reroll any rolls of 1 to wound. Well, this is when you charge, but that's fine. So like I give this to a unit of what I want to give it to. If I want to make a super death unit of like Cav Lances, that they're -3 AP on the charge base, Armor Bane 1, so you're looking at possibly of AP 4, and then you're re-rolling 1, so you're gonna have a high strength. It pretty much just kind of solidifies that they are going to kill whatever they're running into. So I like the Totem of Wrath. Yeah, that's a good one. Banner of the Swirling Wind for 30 points. Any enemy model that shoots at a unit with a Banner of Swirling Wind suffers an additional minus to hit. Very good. Very, very good. Now, where I can see this being actually pretty nice, it's good. Don't get me wrong. It's good in general. -1 to hit is always fantastic. But when you add this into, what is it, Beastmen, I think, they can take one of their, as like a mutant upgrade or whatever for their characters to give them a -1 to be hit from shooting. Plus you add this, now that units can be -2. Who else has kind of a banner like this? Tomb Kings has a banner, so if you take this on a BSB and then you take the, I think it's the Mirage standard, something like that, which gives a -1 to hit. So now you're -2, so you can double it. Make something very much where it's not going to be hurt by shooting. May the Dwarf Organ Guns and Empire Hellblasters rest in peace, I think, with this banner coming out now. Yeah, exactly, Brosen. It's a deadly, deadly banner. I like it. Then you have the Monster Hunter's Tapestry, 25 points. Any models that may not make Tom stacks. I guess the unit carrying the Monster Hunter's Tapestry. I mean, that further shuts down dragons potentially. Well, big monsters at all that really rely on those extra D6 stomps, that basically shuts them down if you take it. Very situational. I mean, you don't list tailor. I don't like list tailoring at all. So this is one of those ones where like you're taking a gamble if your opponent's going to be taking a dragon or it's going to be taking any sort of big monsters. This is out of the newest, The Raising of the Westerlands book. That's the newest Arcane Journal just came out that also did the changes to the Marauders. So that is the newest one that added these items. I think it just became available this weekend. Then we go on to the enchanted items. The Arc Lightning Wand or Arch Lightning Wand, 40 points. Single use during the command sub phase of their turn if they are not engaged in close combat. The bearer of the Lightning Rod may attempt to use it by making a leadership test using their own unmodified leadership. If this test is passed until your next start of turn sub phase, enemy units cannot use the fly special roll. So that is another one of those things that's able to just destroy flyers, to shut down flyers for a turn. So what other armies? So Bretonnia has the horn that can shut down something. So that basically gives them 2 turns where Bretonnia can shut down someone's flying. I think the Voodoo, what's up, buddy? Welcome, welcome, welcome. No, unfortunately, unless your name is MR, unless your name on YouTube is MR, no, unfortunately. I really wish I would be able to like send someone like a DM on YouTube. That would be nice, like going into their user profile, but you can't do that. Anyways, so Skaven have the banner that can shut down flying. I think they have it still. And then Bretonnia has the horn. Who else has stuff that can shut down flyers for a turn? Whoever does, you essentially can do it twice now. Oh, right. Yep. Rigged. Rigged. Buddy, I did it in the most transparent way possible. Don't you ever say I rig anything. Then we have the potion of... Hey, more talk than tactics. How's it going, buddy? Yeah, we did the draw. MR did win. But as I stated before, we're looking at doing more draws in the future as long as our memberships keep growing. I have no problem giving away more stuff moving forward. Cafe has a banner as well. Gotcha. Sounds good, Voodoo. So now it's giving basically armies that never had the option, it's giving that option, and then it's essentially giving it's essentially giving armies that already have that 2 turns of able to shut down flying, which is devastating. Yeah, that's fair, Broston. It should be just like, yeah, the skies are roiling with lightning, and like it's just like nobody's able to fly. That would make it a little bit more fair. It's pretty dominating if you shut down someone's fly while still having your flying troops flying around the battlefield. That is 100% like you're dominating the battlefield that way. All right, so Potion of Fervor. Single use. During the command subphase of their turn, the bearer of the Potion of Fervor can consume it. Until the end of that turn, the model has plus D3 modifier to its attack characteristic. Note, this model can only consume a single potion of any type per command phase. Okay, so 30 points to give you D3 attacks. I don't know. I think for an extra 35 points, I'd rather just take the Cackling Blade and just every single turn that I'm in combat have plus D6 attacks. I'm not sure. I mean, if you use this both in tandem, you can really pump up a guy like Cackling Blade plus Potion of Fervor. You can really capitalize on how many attacks you're going to have going to, let's say, like a duel or something like that. Yeah, exactly, Chris. If that's what you're basing your army on is the mobility and flying around, all of a sudden that's taken away from you. Yeah, that sucks. Like imagine, what is it? I know there's a couple flyers out there that have like movement 1. Um so like yeah, like a dwarf X-Force list. Think of a dwarf expeditionary force list that has a lot of the gyrocopters. As annoying as that list is, you pretty much for 2 turns have said, nope, you're moving like what, 1 or 2 inches per turn. Yeah, I always thought they would have had like, so going off another system, I'm gonna just a system that I play is bolt action, where bolt action generally has like everything that you add or upgrade to is a set number across the board. So it's not different for any other army. So it's like, hey, you want a turret? That's an extra 10 points. Like a 360 turret, that's like 10 points on your tank. It's all the same kind of points cost spread across. I'm surprised they don't really have that. Maybe they do, but I just don't understand their algorithm, how they justify their points for certain things. Yeah, right. Yeah, bros. That's what I mean. Like that would suck for that unit, for that army. Where are we? So we're at the Calming Orb for 20 points. Single use. The bearer of the Becalming Orb may cast a following bounce spell with a power level of 1. It's a hex, casting value 8 inches, range self. Until the start of your next turn, phase, enemy wizards that are within 15 inches of the caster when attempting to cast spell must increase that spell's casting value by 2. So it's essentially a weaker drain magic from high magic. So for bolt action, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 armies. I have Italy, Soviets, Germans, Americans, Japanese. Yes. And then I think I have a couple boxes unassembled still of, I was going to do like a Canadian paratrooper unit, but I haven't gotten to that yet. So the Becoming Orb, 20 points, 1 use only. Like it may not even go off and you're spending 20 points. I don't know if I really appreciate. I don't like that one. I probably will never ever take the Becoming Orb, because of that. Remember, for 5 months, swoop. Need to run. Happy holidays, everyone. Swoop. Happy holidays. Don't forget, 21st, we're doing another battle report. Hopefully, we see you there. If not, we'll see you when we see you. We are doing the arcane items. Now we're doing the Staff of Quietude. This is the one that I really, really liked. 35 points. During the command subphase of their turn, the bearer of the Staff of Quietude can attempt to unleash its power by making a leadership test. If the test is passed, all remains in play spells currently in play are dispelled, including spells cast by friendly models. So that's just an instant. Pass your leadership check, snap your fingers, all the templates, any remains in play spells that are there are instantly gone. Reset the battlefield, basically, yours included. Remembered high magic exists and forgot how disappointing it is as a lore. They have some good stuff, Tana. They have is it Tempest? Tempest, I think they have is good. I'm just gonna bring up their list here. I don't run high elves. It's my buddy Kyle who runs high elves, so he's much more familiar with it. I'm just generally on the receiving end of it. So let's see here. High magic gets Drain magic, if it gets off, is definitely a pain. The +2 to cast. That's screwed me a couple times. Walk between worlds. The ethereal reserve move. Eh. The problem is, I guess there isn't really a problem. It's just a big casting cost. Like it's a lore filled with high casting cost spells in a game now where magic doesn't go off. The signature spell is drain magic. Yes, that had, like I said, that one screwed me a bunch with that. Brosen, member for 1 month. Oh hey, 30 days down and many more to come. Brosen, amazing. Thank you so much for supporting Black Sigil Studios. We love you. We love the support that you give. Thank you so much. Yeah, so Walk Between Worlds lets you become ethereal with reserve move, but again, it's conveyance, 10 plus to cast. It's a big cast. Fiery Convocation. Again, it's a great spell that just template, 5-inch template, scatters 3 plus 1 inches. Strength 4, -2 AP, flaming attacks. 10 plus to cast. Difficult one to cast again. Tempest, 9 plus to cast. That one's a really good one for shutting down charges and whatnot because it's within 6 inches of the template. So essentially you have a 7.5-inch radius all the way around it that is basically just difficult terrain, dangerous terrain that really shuts down somebody trying to charge you. Yeah, exactly. It's one of those things where you need to cast it and then just send it forward. Like you have to basically if you're going to be using it, it's one of those things where like everything has to be lined up and ready to go right away. So you have to be able to charge immediately when you cast those spells. Corporeal unmaking, sorry. So D3 strength 5 hits with no armor regen saves. This is an assailment. I mean, it's good into combat for sure. Like D3 strength 5 hits, you could kill a character right out with strength 5. You're generally going to be wounding on 2s or 3s. Most characters are T4 unless you're going to bigger things like Chaos Dudes and whatnot. But yep, that one is not bad. It's only an 8 plus to cast. Very possible to get off. That one I don't mind. But again, it's situational. You're throwing a wizard into combat. So, Fury of Cain is very good. That one I do like a lot. +1 attack. 9 plus to cast though. Again, tricky until the end of turn. End of this turn. And Shield of Safri until the end of this turn. 8 plus, 5 plus ward save you get somebody that's within 18 inches. So yeah, it has some good spells. It's just high cost, and like you said, it's very like you have to use it right before you're about to go in. In Canada, it's generally the metric system, but for a lot of our tools and stuff like that, it's still inches. We do have a lot of American influence up here. So Canada's kind of the country of we use both metric and imperial for different things. It's interesting. Yeah, I agree. I agree with you, Tan. I agree. Where were we back in this? We were still talking staff quiet 2 we were talking about. But then you look at again, now you're looking at these high casting cost stuff that may be a template in play. Then you have staff quiet 2 that just comes in and gets rid of it. So it seems more and more they're just like magic is getting more and more difficult to keep around. My opinion. Then you have the Scroll of Disruption and this Tome of Spellcraft, both the 30 points. They do the same things, except one's for dispelling, one's for casting. Once per turn, the bearer of the tome may reroll casting roll. Uh-oh. Well, I think I may have done one of my things wrong yesterday against you, Gavin. Whoops. For some reason, I thought it was roll 3, discarding the lowest. Nope, it's just re-roll failed casting roll. Well, I'll get called out on that one. I screwed up using new stuff. My bad. Yeah, we kind of here in Canada where we have to know both. I mean, I prefer the metric system in a lot of stuff. The metric system is easier. Everything's in tens. It's just easier to know whatever. It seems like a lot of the imperial systems just made up stuff that's like, oh yeah, it's going to be this big. It's this. It's a foot is just some random number. It seems like they gave up. A yard is whatever. But overall, the new stuff is really good. Like I do like majority of the new magic items. Hopefully they don't become too oppressive. And I hope that we don't start seeing more of a competitive scene coming out. As far as it goes for the different items that we're seeing, the builds and everything. I do like Warhammer and the narrative aspect of it. Everyone knows I'm very vocal about this. But I'm hoping the rule change that we're going to be seeing coming up in when is that? End of January, they said, is not going to be geared towards the competitive scene and just as an overall change for Warhammer. What's a kilometer? A kilometer is 1,000 meters, my guy. Easy, 1,000 meters. And what's a meter, you ask? Well, that's 100 centimeters. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. It's more or less depending on the high score you get, douche. Anthony, I have been saying this for so long that I really wish they would be able to ride Rams. Like that is so much needed. They need something with speed to change how they kind of play. Just to change up the army from however many years that dwarves have been the kind of the same super slow, primarily defensive army. Because I think that'll really change how people play. If they were given Cav, you would see maybe a little bit less artillery and more focus on actually getting your line up there. General quality of life change would be nice instead of a massive overhaul. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what this is going to bring. I'm hoping we're going to get an announcement or something about like the point changes. I think are going to be welcome because I do think as long as they do them right and not just, oh, here's your peg knights with what 3 points less per model. Ooh. But if as long as they do them right and where they need to be changed, that's great. But I really want to see an announcement about the legacy armies. I really want them to come back in, give them an update. I think the community in general wants legacy armies to get an update now. I mean, gyrocopters kind of are their cav in a way, but they're still not that great. It's not something that I can like send them directly into combat to go kill something. Like they're not bad, but they're not great in combat. They're tough. That's the thing too, right? Like dragon ogres are fantastic. That's what my wolves of the sea are definitely going to be having some dragon ogres thrown into them just because I just love to look at dragon ogres. I always have, even going back in 5th edition when I started 6th edition when I started playing chaos for the first time. I always loved dragon ogres. I thought they were neat. Yeah, I mean, like if the Royal Pegasus becomes a monstrous creature, that eliminates a lot of the issues people will have with it. Like, don't get me wrong, the Duke is still gonna be very powerful, but at least he's not a 360 charge anywhere, fly over you, and and like march over you, and then the next turn he's in your back or anything like that. That will solve a lot of the problems where now he's restricted to his arc, reduces his mobility. I think that's gonna be a lot better. I mean, people have been saying this. People were expecting that in the last fact too, though. Is that they were going to fact the Pegasus, Royal Pegasus, to being a monstrous creature, but they just didn't. So I'm not sure. Yeah, you can't join Peg Knights. Yeah, but again, that's kind of like minor, I guess. Exactly. People like the point difference they made did not deter anyone from taking them. They were still, even the 3 points, they're still undercosted and well worth taking, right? There's nothing, there's no, that did not impact the game whatsoever. So I take maybe if I take 4 of them, I take maybe 1 or 2 less core infantry troops, like, or 1 chaos warrior to get them in my unit. It doesn't matter. It's not changing anything. So, but the new book here, I'm liking the fluff they're doing with the Warriors of Chaos. I really hope eventually there is a definite split with Norska. That would be really cool to give them their own actual. Like Wolves of the Sea essentially is a Norska list, but I would like to see even a step further and adding some cool like monsters they bring with them. Uh, like I do like the lore as far as like the Chaos Guards aren't as prevalent yet, right? Because we're waiting for Asavar Cool to come down with his first invasion. But you're still getting the kind of that feeling that the chaos influence is there with them worshiping their kind of their own Norskin gods, which essentially is the chaos gods. We know this. It's just they're calling them by a different name, and they're not as powerful. Like the marks and blessings they're giving aren't as powerful as what the chaos gods give. Chris, thanks for stopping by. Good chat with you. Take care. See you next time. Yeah, exactly. I know a lot of people were harping on the Path to Glory campaign. I'm probably still gonna try it, even though it's really, really like basic compared to what other Path to Glories are. Still looks fun to kind of mess around with some buddies. Um, it's a good stepping stone, right? Like if they're gonna do a proper campaign book, it's gonna have to be not in an arcane journal. It's gonna need to be thick um with very detailed lists and everything for upgrading your guys and whatnot. But I mean, it's a step in the right direction. And maybe it's getting people's feet wet to see, hey, maybe I want to pursue campaigns more. Um, yeah, I definitely like the direction they've taken with these arcane journals, adding a little bit of fluff and lore every single time that new one comes out. It's really neat. The yeah, the marks and everything that for the new Marauders is great. The 30 on 30 Marauders is kind of interesting. It really is going to change dynamics. That's going to be that many less attacks coming, but that much bigger of a footprint now they're going to be taking up on the battlefield, which unfortunately is going to shrink the battlefield a little bit. That's my one complaint with them moving everything up kind of to a bigger base size. Yes, it's fantastic that they allow them to be ranked up easier and whatnot, but it really shrinks the size of the battlefield overall. So I feel it's a little bit harder to maneuver now and cram stuff in because of that. So where are we here? I don't want to do hallowed ground. Here are the new Marauders. Yeah, so like the new Marauders essentially got a buff, kind of, I guess. Well, I should say a buff. They got some cool stuff. The they got light armor included now, which is nice. Don't have to pay for it now. What were the points of the old Marauders? Were they 5 points model? Can't remember now. I'll have to get my. Oh, I guess I have the book here. I can bring it up. Do, 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 do. Hordes. Chaos Knights, Marauders. Where are you? Marauders. They were 6 points before. Okay, so they're the same points. So they essentially got light armor for free now. That's a nice little upgrade. Also, their marks did get worse, but I like that. It makes it more thematic, more narrative. So now there's cults. Because like before they had the same marks obviously as the Wars of Chaos did, so it was like rerolling 6s to hit for Nurgle. Khorne gave him Frenzy, and so on and so forth. Then they gave them what really is cool with them is they gave the ability for the chaotic traits. Those I think are going to be so fun to use. It's going to make your characters really expensive. That's what it's going to do, but they're going to be powerhouses, which again makes me worried about Hero Hammer coming back. So for those that don't know, yeah, no problem. Take care, man. Take care. Thanks for stopping by. So like Unnatural Fortitude, unless they are wearing heavy armor or full plate armor, units with this character trait improve their toughness characteristic by 1. So for plus 2 points from all per unit, you can make your Marauders essentially T4, and then with one of the marks you give them, you can make them T5 for a turn. That's pretty beefy. Or I think the Berserkers themselves are T4 already. So then you can make your Berserkers T5 right out of the gate. Let's see here. Berserkers. Yeah, Berserkers are T4 right out of the gate. So you give them that bonus. The Unnatural Fortitude, and you have Toughness 5, Berserkers, Movement 5, with flails or great weapons or whatever you can give them. With flail, sorry. So plus 2 strength on the first round of combat. Or sorry, when you charge, you get plus 2 strength. So yeah, now you're looking at strength 5 comes with 5 infantry. That's nasty. Anyways, lots of great stuff to come. Again, I want to thank everyone for being part of the stream, for being a member for the channel. You guys are great. Love you all. That's going to be it for us. We've been hanging around for about an hour here. So have a good rest of your weekend, what's left of it. And we'll see you at the next live stream, which is going to be on the 21st. And I'm going to be recording another battle report tomorrow. And that'll be up for the weekend coming up for you guys to watch a handheld bat rep. So again, everyone, thanks for watching. Happy wargaming. Take care.